Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm the Greek from Absolute Threshold. I'm a lead guitarist and backup vocals. Normally, you won't see me get so serious, but I'm gonna talk about something that has been my biggest struggle with starting a band and continuing to pursue a career in music. To me, this is kind of the most important thing, and it is what I've struggled the most with. So, when you first start a band, um, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's cool. Like he's just in a band. Like that. What a cool, cute hobby." And you're gonna hear this from everybody. You're gonna hear it from your friends. You're gonna hear it from your family, and you're gonna hear it from people that are just walking by on the street and happen to hear you playing in your garage. Um, Everybody thinks it is a hobby, and you just gotta humor those people. There really isn't much that can be done about that. Don't let them dampen your spirits or anything like that. Uh, these people, nobody fucking cares. It doesn't matter. Um, Trust me, I've had plenty of friends and family tell me things like that. Oh yeah, no, he's just in a band. He'll find a real job one day. But don't listen to any of them. You can humor them, but it, it does not matter what they think. Um, and then, let's be realistic here though. Becoming a famous anything in sports, movies, music, art, just any type of media, um, the chances of you being successful and becoming a huge star are literally slim to none. So really, you should have that expectation. You should realize that that is really difficult, and these pretty much everybody knows that, and that's why a lot of people just kind of brush aside what you're trying to do, because it is almost impossible. It's not easy, but you cannot let that get you down. You really have to keep trying and striving towards greatness in what you do as a musician or whatever. This can apply to any other type of form of art or entertainment, whatever. It could even be book writing, something like that. Um, you really have to have faith in yourself, and you really have to be a go-getter and really set goals for what you need to do. So don't let those people bring you down, especially your family. They just want what's best for you. One of my biggest struggles was like, it was always with my family a focus on school and my job, and the band came last. And you just gotta humor them. You can just say, yeah, 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 yeah. But here's what you need to do. You need to do 100% in your music, or whatever it is you're working on. You need to do 100% at your job, and you need to do 100% in school. I was full-time student, worked full-time job, and did this band full-time for years. I've recently graduated finally, and so I've got that off my back. But what that's given me is a backup plan, and we all need to be realistic. You're gonna need a backup plan because, again, becoming big and famous, or even making just a relatively successful career in music, is, again, almost impossible. It's not easy. You do need to have a backup. You do need to work at those. If you're working a job right now, go 100% at it so that you can maintain your job, maybe move up in it, and continue to pay for your hobby, as people would call it. And in school, you really need to do your best, and don't put things off: school, homework, tests, blah 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 blah, for the band or the music you're working on. You need to put 100% into all three. When you're not working and not doing school, you're working on the music. There's no breaks. You're just always working on something. And then you do have that backup plan, which I hope to God I never have to use my degree. I don't want to ever use it. It is just there if what I've worked so hard on fails. And hopefully that never happens. So that's another important thing. All right, the next point that I want to cover is you're going to hear a lot of people uh, say very negative things about your music. And that's inevitable. That happens to everybody. You're going to hear people that are going to tell you, you know, "Yo, your music sucks. You guys are horrible. Oh my gosh, you're just a Metallica clone." Um, you're going to hear, especially you know, from friends and family, they're gonna be super biased towards you and the band. Think you're the best, absolute best. I am the best, but they're going to tell you things like, oh, you know, your drummer's okay. Maybe you should think of somewhere else, or your singer is okay. Um, I've never heard that your lead guitarist is just okay though. So yeah. Anyway, um, and again, just humor them. Their opinion does not matter at all. You do not let these people bring you down. You do not let them discourage you from making the arts that you want to do. And again, this applies for everything. It doesn't just have to be music. Um, so don't let the opinions of others bring you down. But I will say though, let opinions kind of guide you. I mean, if you're hearing a recurring opinion from everybody, that something about what you're doing isn't really there, you know, it's not up to standards, it's not the greatest of things, let that guide you into evolving yourself and evolving the music you make and becoming a better musician as yourself. Um, this can really help you avoid to write a lot of music that, you know, it's the music you want and it's the way you want it, but it might necessarily might not be good to the way other people sound or hear you. So you really need to find this balance between totally humoring people when they're spouting out bullshit, which is going to happen a lot of time, and you know who's creditable and who's not. So, and then also really taking constructive criticism where it is actually applicable and can really better yourself. You know, that's really something you need to do. And so, you know, to sum everything up, it's just, you need to be a go-getter at this. Nobody ever gets anywhere not doing 100% in what they're doing. You do not let people discourage you. You're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it from everybody. They're gonna think it's a hobby. They're going to not have faith in you. And it's gonna be even your closest family that thinks things like this. Or they'll be super biased and humoring you all the time. And trust me, that happens. And you need to really just get out there and go for it. You have to go for it. Not to get all Shia LaBeouf on all you, but you just gotta do it. And he's right. You have to go and do it. It's the most important thing. If you don't try and go after your dreams, it's not going to happen. They're not going to come to you on a silver-plated platter and here's your record label deal. You know, it's just not going to happen. You have to strive. This is hard work. It's really hard work. This isn't going to happen right off the bat either. This may be years before you start getting recognition from people. And then just remember, if you're in school or working a job, you need to continue doing 100% in there too. Those are just as important. If this fails, your band or whatever you're working on, you do need a backup, because let's be realistic, it's not easy to get up there and become famous or even make enough to pay your bills off of music. I think every local musician understands that. It's so hard to make any type of money. So you really need to strive towards what you're doing. Alright guys, again, I'm the Greek with Absolute Terrestrial. Didn't mean to get all super serious on you guys. That's not my personality type, but anyway, peace out guys. Shit. Oh, God. I really stopped doing these recordings in a Target.